it. After being defeated by Moon, he still wants to make it into the round of 8. It's the Necromancer. It's 1-2-0.
With Papa Roach and a fast expansion here with the Crypt Lord, aka the Crippy, as the Mousesports boys call him, and Lin Guaga with a strat that we have seen quite a bit in the past. It's the Farseer Headhunter play, played by players like Grubby and Kiwikaki a lot. This is more the Grubby style with early Headhunters delaying the tech. Kiwi is rather the fast teching player. The idea here being the Farseer harasses the Crypt Lord right away, and then Headhunters come in one at a time, and once you're up at a decent count, then suddenly you can be able to snipe ghouls, skeletons, and beetles pretty quickly, inching forward in experience, trying to level up. That style can work. I was convinced for a long time it was the strongest style against Crypt Lord. But you need a lot of practice with it. You need to know exactly what to focus. You need to kite perfectly. You need to try to go for some last hits. You need to put damage on the right target at all times. And I haven't seen this much yet by Lin Guaga, so I'm not sure how well practiced he really is with this.
Yeah, it's not gonna be easy. Definitely not. 1-2-0 is not selling the Altar yet, but he's upgrading a Narrow Tower, fully aware that this might be possible, so he didn't rush straight over to the bottom right, but was checking the main base first. This means the arrival is a little late. Still in for the creep jack. Can he get the experience? Would be massive. Just a tiny bit too late, but oh, okay, he got that ghoul.
That was super close, dude. That was a hair, a split second. It's important here to try not to feed the ghoul, the wolves away. If the Crypt Lord gets 1 wolves plus all the creeps, that's level 2. That's Impale then. And that's the Ensnare, but good resummon. Alright, 1 ghoul taken out. A second one should be falling. Now the Headhunters are coming in. And the Crypt Lord still doesn't have level 2. As long as no wolves are given away.
Needs to play pretty much perfectly. Wants to use a little bit more of the normal damage from the wolves to take down this Ziggurat. And also, like, not only do you have to be careful about the wolves to not feed level 2 to the Crypt Lord, it should be maybe a #1 priority to keep these Headhunters alive. That wasn't perfect at all. Wolves resummoned now, but he is facing Impale. And with that, there's definitely potential to kill a couple of these Headhunters, and then things might spiral out of control in a heartbeat.
And the ghoul here taken out. Headhunters still all alive. I think it's a decent harass here by Guaga. Killed some ghouls, cancelled 1 Ziggurat, delayed the expansion. You know, that's alright. It's not phenomenal, but it's alright.
Yeah, and
Oh, if you can cancel it now, that would be quite phenomenal.
he has some mana left. Now feeding the wolves away is okay, and he does get the cancel. So yeah, Lin Guaga going into this as the massive underdog, and so far it's okay, as he's canceling this again.
Another cancel. Yeah, absolutely. Very nice. But the Farseer is almost out of mana. The Narrow is up. That was the last cancel he was gonna get. But that was pretty good.
Yep.
I like that. Guaga looking sharp.
And he got 6 Headhunters in a second. 2 of them saved in the base. Key needs to heal them up, of course, but the second hero will probably provide this. These 3, they can't die. 1 gets around it though, he's gone.
Yeah, losing 1 is okay-ish. Wait, did he deny it? I don't think he did, but pretty close. The idea here is TC will be coming out soon. With the Headhunters you can creep really well, and then it's important for the TC to creep aggressively. Take camps away from the undead and make sure he doesn't just swallow up the whole map. This TC will need levels very badly, and this is where the decision making is really dangerous. Or difficult, I mean. Where do you properly creep? What are the timings? Which camps should you contest? Which ones should you go for? When do you take the fight? This is where a lot of expertise and experience is needed with this style.
Right, we unlocked Chain Lightning for the Farseer and Creep the Ogre. There's no chance really for 1-2-0 to contest this, but he's just gathering power at the moment. Of course, it was a lot of early game investment for this build, and he's taking out the merchant in a heartbeat. And he is actually contesting this. The trolls are helping him with an ensnare, and that's the second headhunter kill.
Very unfortunate there that the ensnare comes in towards the headhunters instead of towards the ghouls. That was weird. Normally always what enters the aggro radius gets ensnared. But one ghoul could have certainly been an affordable loss here for 120, who is now level 3. And the level 2 beetles, we know how strong they can be. 120 across the map is teching and getting a graveyard. And starting to become quite scary here on his 2 bases.
Shadowhunter is out. He's trying to erect a tower. Oh. No reinforced defenses yet. That is some expenses that, yeah, it's nice to have a tower in the base, but it's also delaying a lot. Wait a minute, Demolisher.
Oh, he's not going for the TC, for the creeping, for the counter expo. He's going Shadowhunter mid-game all in. Okay. All right. Has the beetle seen this demo? I don't think so.
It's nighttime. Not sure. Criplord is having a feast in the south, so level 3.5. But there's... Okay, double crypt only. Double narrow. Base is a little exposed, but has double crypt soon. Tech isn't done yet. This might hit hard. 900 gold for 120.
Far's gonna get level 3 here. That's a really big deal. The level 2 wolves will help out a lot. Could even go for Chain Lightning with the big mana. Perhaps Chain Lightning is even the better choice.
There's also no Dispel for a long time. So wolves have good reasons to be picked there as well. Alright. Serpent wards first. Fiends against it. Reinforced defenses, towers, and a Demolisher. Whoa.
Alright. This is ultra all in. Is it gonna work? 120 doesn't have the biggest army yet. It's all ghouls only. Going for the Impale, but I don't think you can surround anything here. It's just not enough surface area. Speed scroll though to run away, back up a little bit. 120 is trying to buy time for the Fiends. In fact, he's got 2 out already, and they're going to be canceling one of these towers.
Okay, but that was ghouls going down quite quickly. We do have the Walker now. No Dispel yet, but Spirit Link is helping so much, but the towers are both taken out. We do have a heal scroll. We do have an invul. The headhunters are falling. Damage of Lin Guaga basically non-existent.
Yeah, Crypto's still pretty good mana, and with one more kill, level 4. Tempting to go for Impale here, but I think he should just spam the beetles. Takes out the shop as well. He's very bold with his movement into the back. He knows with the invul he's safe. And the DK has now started. Soon he'll be having Coil to work with as well. Decent Impale there. And that push was held without too much problems.
You know, he makes it look very easy. It was a tough job anyway. I think this game isn't winnable anymore for Lin Guaga, if I'm honest. We got so many Fiends. It kind of looked like they had the Spirit Link because they were both at around 50%, or all of them at around 50%. Now, of course, easily healable soon with coils. Lin Guaga is not giving this up. Of course, it's an important series, and he's building Bestiary and Spirit Lodge.
He's getting all the buildings.
All the buildings.
Wait, does he actually have every single one? He does, doesn't he? War Mill, Totem, Lodge, Bestiary, Barracks, Shop. He's got all the buildings.
Tower.
Do you get an achievement for that? You should.
He gets a personal achievement from me, that's for sure. But how do you win this game from here? Invisible Farseer, still greater mana. Maybe a little bit of Chain Lightning Wolf Lame at the gold mines. Or you just go straight for the Fiends. Gets a kill even.
Yeah, Wolf's pretty strong at the moment, especially before their statues, which are certainly gonna be a little later here. Slaughterhouse is coming up now, but also Fiend count is high, so Wolves can be taken out quite quickly. Lumber is low for 120. It's kind of the one problem he has this game. Only 4 ghouls. 4 ghouls not really enough to perfectly support 2 bases with all the upgrades you want. When you have 6 ghouls, that's when you have infinite lumber.
Do you think that the
wants to have more army?
Do you think that the beetles should be able to harvest lumber as well? I mean, they have the perfect tools with it, right? For it. These little scissors in front.
Yeah, would be a little inefficient though, unless we give them shredder lumber speed. I think that's a good idea.
I think so too. I'm kind of surprised that we don't hear a scream from our third caster. Not yet. Nice impale. Can't get the kill though. Close to level 3 Shadowhunter. Was that the big potion? No, it wasn't. So wolves again. Smart. Buying time. But is buying time what you want? He's going tier 3? What?
Alright.
Okay.
All the buildings.
Tiny Great Hall was missing kinda, right?
A player's forces are under attack.
Gonna be going for that soon, I imagine. DK now level 2 for 120. Once this DK hits level 3, and we have around 70 supply with the Lich and Orb, 120 is gonna be having a super scary army. And
so
finally beginning to get these upgrades as well.
It's so funny how this Crypt Lord is just uncontested. He's hanging around for such a long time. So annoying. And yeah, he saw the peons coming. He knows what the game plan is. He basically doesn't take any damage, and if he does, there's a step of teleportation with this build that the Shadowhunter has. No hex, so no disable. Oh, I guess we got ensnare now. Yes, we do. A good performance by 120 so far. Very solid.
Yeah, he is, ever since he pushed back that attack, not threatened at all. Now reaches tier 3, should be time for the Lich here. Ring +4 is actually really good when you have an army where you only have 2 frontline tanks in the heroes. The DK and the Crypt Lord will be providing the frontline. Along with beetles, of course, but they can be dispelled. That's a lot of fiends, by the way. My lordy.
We got 2, 6, 7 at least. Plus statues. Okay. One beetle making it to the main to see how far this is. Tier 3 hasn't paid off, yet we see a Witch Doctor coming, possibly for the Sentry Wards. Don't think he has the tech yet. I'm not too sure about that. No, he doesn't. Kodobi's coming, but 120. Oh boy, he shuts up, or shuts down this expansion once again. Pitlord third. No Lich.
Is that good? Or is that just 120 fooling around a little bit?
Hall of Terror is possible. It's always good. I get Cleave. Cleave is always good. But Lich should also always be better.
Yeah, also you don't have a good orb carrier now.
Yeah.
The Crypt Lord is like, alright, but he's melee, so he will be wasting a lot of time just walking around. But anyways, where's the beautiful Impale? We had some sick Impales yesterday by Happy. Can we have some Impales of Destiny over here? There's not a perfect position for it. Good positioning, I guess, by Lin Guaga, not allowing for a massive one. But even if the Impale isn't massive, the army certainly is! 72 supply for 120. I don't think he's lost anything yet over here. Koda would have loved to get off a munch, but that didn't quite work. Oh, the Shadow is in very deep. On the left, a Fiend is getting caught, but also getting coiled. Getting healed up and saved that way. And this supply is dropping hard for the Guagua. The ones that destroy are bad, though. Give me that kill, please! Oh, he's so mean. With the coil, he saves it again. I'm not sure, guys. I think that was 0 kills for Guagua. GG. Yeah. 120 looking good.
The Snake Pit's Tower Rush gets defeated by the colony of beetles. And I feel like the positioning of the Tower Rush was a little bit overeager. You know, it was really, really close. He had already fortified defense. Maybe if he went a little bit above the location where he made it, it would have been easier for him to get into a good fight when 120 was trying to defend and then eventually siege with demolishers. But I can understand that at the same time, when you face Crypt Lord in that quick an expansion, you already know there is a timer on the amount of damage that you can achieve and how quickly you need to achieve it. So I completely understand that, you know, he went guns blazing in and tried to tower rush as close to the buildings as he could so that the towers also would be shooting those buildings. But it wasn't meant to be here. That tower rush fails, and with that, the chances of Lin Guaga plummeted. He's gonna have to find something different if he wants to defeat Crypt Lord, which 120 does not even need to play necessarily.
Yeah, Echo Isles was Lin Guaga's map, so this was kind of tailor-made for this. Now, next map is Lin Guaga's, and it's not gonna get easier. I can tell you that. I feel my Warcraft 3 info gold is gonna be completely gone after this series.
Wait, how much do you bet?
5.
Yeah, but you get like 600 or something if you.
Yeah, that's why I went for it. Like, my heart told me, go for it. Today's a magical day. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
So our second map is Amazonia, which means that's a horrible Cryptlord map. We have said this now many times. Krav, the superhero, tried regardless and failed against Happy. I think that was the best showcase we got of it so far. Expansion, utterly impossible. Level 3, super hard, especially if the orc is harassing. So that means we should see a standard game here. But the problem is, Amazonia is the one map where standard DK Fiends against Blade triple hero is pretty damn bad for the orc. Because you can't prevent level 3 DK, you can get pressured really easily, the Shadow's levels aren't secured, and you need to level the Shadow. And for the TC third, it's a complete disaster to creep. So 1-0, I imagine we'll be switching back into standard on AZ, and it's a map that will be favoring him.
Yeah, it seems like Lin Guagua's style of the hit and run as well. This is not really something that he can bring too much into those maps. Like, we know how much he likes to get fortified defenses, run around, use speed scrolls and stuff. Terrible map for that. That's probably why it's the pick of 120 as well. And yeah, he should be a favorite to just close things out 2-0. If we could make it to Northern Isle, though, I think that style would be already, or at least would have a better chance. We saw Infi actually get a very convincing win in one of his previous games against Undead. I think it was maybe against Mikael when he played against him.
Mm-hmm. I'm calling it now, guys. 1-0 will return the favor and Cryptlord Tower Rush him. Just because he can.
Tier 1 Tower?
Tier 1 Tower.
That's an easy way to lose a map against Farseer, though.
Do you think he cares? I think he wants the style now. Like, he played Cryptlord in the first series that he played. Dreadlord in the first series that he played. I think he has the lead now. He took his opponent's map. He's getting a little cocky. We know him to be that way. And now he said, oh, you kid want to tower rush me? I'll show you how it's done.
How much gold would you be willing to put on that?
Well, I have nothing left, so I'm going into this bet empty-handed.
You're worse than me.
I think 1-0 is going to be happy to play a standard game on a map that finally favors Undead in a standard game and just destroy Guagua with just triple hero orb with good old DK Fiends.
Yeah, 1-0 doesn't need to do anything fancy. That's the thing. Just play standard, do it well, scout a little bit here and there, make sure you don't get too surprised by anything, and I think he should be able to outplay Lin Guaga handily. It's for Lin Guaga to make stuff happen. I don't know what it is, but he has to make something happen, get a bunch of good items, gain some momentum here and there, and find a way to defeat the opponent that I think is heavily favored against him still, especially after that first game.
Yeah, we see it here in the tail of the tape. Second best Undead in the world. 7th best player in the world is 1-0. And he showed why on map 1. He was just rock solid. Didn't get thrown off by these cheese strats by Lin Guaga. He's just rock solid when it comes to that. Almost cheese proof. So we got this going and load into our second map and match points for 1-0. That's Amazonia. Here we go, guys. During the WGTL, this man was just a caster, but since then has been playing a bunch more and is making it into the top 16 of Asian tournaments more and more. It's Lin Guaga. But that said, team tournament was won by Lawliot Lin and this man right here, 1-0. Alright, what trickery do we have this time? What do these guys really play straight up?
1-0 so far is going for Ted Fiend build. I have not yet seen this with the Crypt Lord. Is that perhaps where he busts it out? No. It's a DK standard Ted Fiend build against a Farseer play by Lin Guaga, which already makes me scratch my scalp thinking, because against standard, what you need to play with Farseer against a good player is expansion. And we are on Amazonia, aka Boulder Toss Mania, where this natural will be not easy to creep, and the undead can always come in for the creep jack. Already, less than 2 minutes in, I don't like Lin Guaga's odds.
Me neither. Feels a little bad, but crazy acolyte position.
Wait a minute, is that new?
I haven't seen this before. Doesn't work though, but still.
Yeah, it's also kind of a death trap. If you just stand there, one wolf comes in, surrounds you, not a good time.
Yeah, I mean, you have health bars
But
on,
he-
right? So you kind of see it.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, and 1-0 does not harass the lightning shield creep, which is surprising. Normally, you harass this right away. You can come in and steal at least one of these creeps away. More likely two. But not the case. So the Farseer gets a super fast level 2. Didn't take much damage. Nicely done. Oh,
Yeah.
and the wolf!
What?
Steals the last hit!
Whoa! That was pretty crazy.
Great early.
Great early.
Great
indeed.
early for Guagua.
Doesn't get the wolf killed. And yeah, thanks to that acolyte, that's level 2 immediately. And now chain lightning wolves. Does he want to be oppressive right away? 1-0 fears that for sure, or respects that possibility. Goes for a narrow tower right away.
Honestly, kind of a bad early game by 1-0. A little sloppy. Maybe he is not so aware of the timings here anymore. If you come in instantly for the harass, then you can do something about the lightning shield, steal creeps. If you're lucky, even steal a grunt, kill a grunt. But if you creep the first item to start with and then go over, then you're too late to do anything about this camp. So what's the idea? Cancel heal selves? What? With coils? That doesn't seem like it's worth it. So the first 3 minutes here, kind of botched by 1-0, gets Lin Guaga off to a way better start than he should have.
There's a Grun
But 1-0 is gonna-
ghoul almost falling as Lin Guaga was pulling these creeps here. Also that lightning shield hurting the skeletons a lot. This creep is disrupted as well.
A player's forces are
Yeah, that was a nice attempt there by Guagua. The unexpected grunt attack was supposed to trigger a lightning shield deny, but it just barely was enough damage from right clicks that 1-0 got the experience, which was crucial. But with that pressure applied, it's the Farseer in the middle, creeping the Kobold camp away with only a single grunt. And of course the Farseer, which should never happen. Is that level 3 for him? That's level 3 for him. That's amazing. The creep route, really good by Guagua, works out well, and 1-0 gets punished for not having the correct answer.
If he just scouts this and throws a coil, I'm gonna start crying.
A player's forces are
Save.
under attack.
That was close though. That took some time here for the wolves and grunts. Not the craziest damage, but yeah, level 3. Wolves 2, super oppressive. No answer to this basically. So what does he do with the time that the Farseer might be able to buy?
Level the TC. That should always be the play. Get the TC out, go either for the Merchant first or the Kobolds first, get level 2, and then you probably need to go for the expansion. Creep. And the Farseer always hangs around the undead. He's got so much mana on the Farseer as well. This is amazing. This is a great position in the mid-game. If this was any other map, I would like Guagua's chances a lot, because expanding should be easy. But as we're on Amazonia, it's not gonna be that easy.
Interesting game. Way more interesting than I thought after game 1. And he's able to kill the slaughterhouse. Delaying statues with that already hurt decay. Quite a big deal as he's so reliant on destroyers as well against this wolf harass. So this little cancel here provides him with even more time.
A player's forces
Oh,
are
the
under
Wolfie.
attack.
9 HP, denied. And he can resummon those over and over. But they do seem to be on cooldown right now. Oh, there we go.
That's annoying. That's so annoying. Even disrupts the Murloc creep, which is supposed to be the easiest creep on the map, the safest creep on the map.
If he gets this again. This is gonna be huge, but no. Wolves will be killed here instead.
Starter stepping.
Forces are under attack.
This will be damaged though. Maybe he has a second shot if he summons them, sends them around, surprises 1-0 a little. TC close to 2.
He's gonna pull out the gold mine. It's a little slower to creep that way, but it is a lot less damage taken.
And snare. Still work.
Got ensnared. Whoops.
There's no slow, no boulders. It
All right.
kind of worked.
Under attack.
Intentional ensnare.
Yes, of course. How could we even question this? I don't know. Wolves take on the Death Knight. Despite there's a Crypt Fiend. Very good decision by 1-0 to go for Frost Armor to have at least something against these wolves. But yeah, lots of time for this TEC. He struggles a little with this creep.
And that's the problem of the map. It was scouted by 1-0, he can instantly come up for the harass, and the TC couldn't finish it yet. So this is gonna cost him a speed score at the very least to get out here, I guess. Gets the item, loses one head on for it, but should be more grunts going down on the left as well. And there's still a creep left, so he can't even go for the Great Hall there.
Forces are under attack.
Okay, let's see what he can do with Stomp. There's Ensnare. Kills. Oh, not kills this grunt. And just focus fire on this DK as much as he can for now. Stomp on the Lich. There is 1.5 coils though. And TP out. That was safe.
Well done by 1-0. Good creep jack. Slows down the TC. Slows down the expansion. Also slowed down his own progress though. Lich not level 2 yet. And now, not having a TP can be dangerous.
Forces are under attack.
Guagua could decide to be very aggressive now with Ensnare and Stomp, knowing that there's not going to be a TP to be used anymore by the Undead to get out.
Yeah, there is double lockdown for sure. And damage is still okay. Destroy upgrade still in research. Shop provides with an invul potion though. That's once again safe. This is really no big shenanigans. Oh, except... yeah, okay, Dark Ranger, still good, respects the Chain Lightning, respects the Storm. This 1-0 in serious mode.
Okay, switching into Frenzy Ghouls here. Thinks they're gonna be working better than the low Fiend count that he had. So he lost one Fiend somewhere. But where? Because it didn't die to the Farseer, he doesn't have enough experience. Maybe he denied it? I don't know. These Skeleton Scouts, awesome as always by 1-0. Getting tons of intel. So going for the natural creep. That can be a little scary. But he attempts it. But that opens him up to a creep jack.
Invis
TC is Invis, looking for the Stomp, yeah.
Big mana by the... wait. Okay, big mana on the Lich. Can he connect? Is the rest of the army ready? Lin Guaga at 46 supply. Epicenter Stomp! Okay, kid, if you want to get something done, then it's your chance here. Oh my god, what a reaction. The perfect reaction.
That was still great for Guagua. He got a Devour, he killed off 2 ghouls. He saved all of his units, I believe. And the expansion is getting closer and closer to finished.
Towers up as well. Great Hall at 40%. And 1-0 is pushing for it. With a little bit of a supply lead, with a tech lead. 3-2 heroes. We got Colnova ready.
That tower's helping out a lot against the ghouls and against the destroyer. Focus on the Dark Ranger. Don't know about this one. It's like not even so impactful if he gets the kill. Well, Invul Potion popped, goes for the Stomp. Farseer in the back, has to be careful. But these towers now soon to be finished. The second one definitely helping out. Mana Potion popped. Scroll of the Beast can be dispelled though. That's more mana for the destroyer. Also more healing. This tier 2 army for the Orc is starting to look kind of weak against these undead heroes.
Toto sniped. Aura gone. Fiend back. For how much? Okay, gets coiled as well. Good control. Good kiting. The Fiend seems safe, but... there was a Chain Lightning, good kill right here. How much more can he get? The grunts do some damage here. He can retreat into the shadow of the towers.
Yeah, when you don't play tier 3, when you're only tier 2, you need to overwhelm with mass. It seemed like the numbers here weren't quite high enough, but there's one more Stomp. The DK in trouble, might be forced into the Invul Potion here. No, holds on to it. Destroyer, everything's so close to dying, man. And now the statue is working overtime. Speed Scroll to try to get some kills. Dude, that grunt is a bold young man.
Yeah.
Fighting against the DK, the Lich in trouble as well. The Lich should be going down. No, the last second save again. How many last second saves has this been by 120? His micro looking on point again. And now you just get out of micro with his Orc army. It's not even that 120 is doing so much better than Lin Guaga. Lin Guaga isn't doing it bad. He just doesn't have tier 3 to work with. He has a basic tier 2 army and it doesn't cut it anymore.
Yeah, I think he stood his ground. He showed what he's capable of, but he's not the S tier. He's not among the gods. 120 certainly is, and so he's choking him out now. The fight was won, definitely, by 120, and his micro is, as you point out, man, it's so great. Lin Guaga saved some units, but only for so long. He challenged 120, but only for so long.
Player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, the expansion got up way too late. The AZ problem. Going for the DK again, but he held on to the Invul earlier, ready to use it now. Sees the Farseer a little bit out of position, nukes him deadsies. And that Stomp doesn't connect. He dodges it with a DK. Nicely done. GG. 2-0 for the favorite.